Hello YouTube, this is MrSasukedragon here. This is in response to Neon Exodus's 21 questions about Yu-Gi-Oh! So let's get down to business. Question 1. What is my name? My name is MrSasukedragon. Question 2. Let's have a look. How old are you? I am 24. Where are you from? I am from a sunny seaside town called Margate. Question 3. What card shop do you represent or play at? I don't actually represent a card shop at all, or play at a card shop. We play at, basically we play for a little, basically it's called Duelist Den, basically. Used to be playing in Margate, and now we play in Ramsgate. So, it's a good bunch of kids, that play, so we all get a good, good bit of an atmosphere. Question 5. When did you first start playing Yu-Gi-Oh? I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh in June 1999. How long have you played Yu-Gi-Oh? I played Yu-Gi-Oh for about 10 years now, and I still love playing the game. Next question. Who first introduced you to Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, actually, it was actually word of mouth, basically. When the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh came on the TV, I was very interested in the game. Me and my mate Brett one day after school were like, oh, let's go down this card shop that has Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay, well, let's just give it a go. I mean, you never know. And then that's how it took off. We started playing the game, and well, been playing it ever since, really. Next question. What was your very first deck? My very first deck was a Blue Eyes Beatdown deck. I still love that deck. Um, it it was an interesting deck. It used to basically beat down the opponent, and the main idea was to bring up Blue Eyes. About 9 times out of 10 it used to win a lot. But nowadays it wouldn't win at all because of the new stupid cards and special summoning. So yeah, it was a very good deck. Next question. What was the first holo you ever pulled out of a pack? The first holo I ever pulled out of a packet was the Legend of Blue Eyes packet was the alternate artwork of Blue Eyes White Dragon. I just love that card, and it was just call of faith, if you want to put it. I just opened the packet and it was there. I'm like, whoa, a 25 quid card. I was like, oh, back then it's 25 quid. Oh, I just love the card, brilliant. Next question. Are you part of a Yu-Gi-Oh team? Yes, I am part of a Yu-Gi-Oh team. At the moment, we've actually started on YouTube at the moment. Our actual YouTube name is Team What Upon UK. So far we haven't done much to the YouTube page because we've all been busy working. Basically trying to buy up cards, kind of actually get the YouTube page looking a bit better than it could be. But at the moment it's going well. And when we get spare time, we're going to do a trade binder update. We've got about a few trade binders at the moment. It's just finding the time to actually put them on the internet and basically start the business running a bit more. We basically go to our local competitions and basically trade there. At the moment, around where I live at the moment, we seem to have the biggest stuff at the moment, so it's hard because no one seems to have what we want at the moment. We've got the big stuff that everybody really wants, and so it's just trying to expand, and well, hopefully it takes off. I hope. Next question. Do you have any Yu-Gi-Oh credentials? No, I wouldn't say I have any Yu-Gi-Oh credentials at all. I would say my biggest achievement though was actually going to the regionals and actually going to the nationals with a few friends. So yeah, it was interesting back then. Next question. Do you trade, sell, buy or play for cards? I actually play for cards if I really want to. I've got loads of trades I don't need. Yeah, I've got loads of doubles of cards. I'll just basically do all of them. I like the anti-war sometimes because if you don't need a card or someone's got a card and they don't really want to give it up for nothing and they put up for an anti, well, it's not too bad really. So I buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, I love Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Do I sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Well, sometimes I do. It really depends if the people I'm actually trading away with do not have anything I want, and if they say, well, would you sell it for something? Yeah, I would generally sell the card if they really want that card. Then I would say, okay, give me a certain amount of money, and we'll call it quits. Next question. What is your most favourite signature card? Well, that's the one card that I love so much in the world. It's the card, the very first card ever pulled out of a packet, and it has to be the alternate artwork of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. One of my favourite cards. Next question. What is your most favourite signature deck? Well, my favourite signature deck has to be my Blue Eyes Beatdown deck. Back in the day, that deck used to really cause a lot of people chaos. A lot of people tried to beat it, but couldn't understand how I actually built it. And it was a very unique deck because I used a lot of random cards that would never work together, and they all just time to, just come together like that, and it worked. So yeah, that has to be my favourite deck. What is your most favourite signature format? It has to be old school. I don't like the new format. The new format's crap. Everything's about meta decks these days. If you don't have a meta deck, you're crap. Or if you have a meta deck, you're a professional duelist. I'm actually a professional duelist. I've been dueling for years, and the fact is that, I go out there and I have other duelists become better. I mean, I don't go prancing up better than everyone else. I'd rather go around saying, okay, I'm an experienced duelist. That's what a professional duelist really is. And I can help people, but in this day, people go and build a meta deck, and oh yeah, man, I'm so cool. I mean, people at YCS tournaments or the Shonen Jump tournaments, they build a deck. 5 seconds later, everyone's like, oh, I must have that deck, I must have it. So they actually build it. I don't think that's a good idea, and I think it's stupid. The old school format, there was no ban list as such, mostly every card went, and only specific cards were banned, but you had more variety. It was not like you were basically squashed into actually using specific cards, and I think today's format, basically, you were actually kind of being sucked into buying specific cards to keep in the game. It's more about a money game now. It didn't used to be all about money, but now it is, which is annoying. Next question. What is your most memorable moment in Yu-Gi-Oh history? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't actually know, really. My most memorable moment... My most memorable moment is basically in the hometown I live at the moment. Was the fact when I actually started getting tournaments started to be run up at a local shop. Me and the owner were having a few chit chats one afternoon, and I said to him, what would be really nice would be to actually have some, a competition around here. So nothing too fancy. I said, no, like a few duelist packets if they win. And I said, to get more business for you. And I said, people get to meet new people. It took off. Just over the road there was a place, so he rented that out. We sorted out all the finances. He was like, let's give it a go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So we got it going. So that's my most memorable bit, because he got more business and I made new friends out of it. And well, that's really why. That's my most memorable thing. The biggest achievement I've actually done in Yu-Gi-Oh, to make other people play and somewhere to play, and basically to have fun and make new friends. Next question. What type of playstyle do you have? My playstyle, my playstyle is a power. I usually power decks. Anything with a really big power stick, I will use in my deck. Basically, I usually have a strategic power deck. Basically, has strategy as well as power. So if the power side, which kind of doesn't work, you've got the strategy to fall back on. I don't feel that it's a good idea just to have one type of style, because if you do and it fails, your opponent's got the upper hand. I'd rather have 2 styles in the deck, so if you start losing, you've got something else to fall back on. It's one of my genius ideas I come up with years ago, and it's never failed me since. Next question: why do you play Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, the reason I play Yu-Gi-Oh is because you get to actually figure out new moves, and you think, I didn't think of that. That's a brilliant idea. Meet new people, gain new contacts, and just have a good time. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh is a good game to play, and you get to meet new people, and it's not just about playing Yu-Gi-Oh that's good, because with the friends you make from Yu-Gi-Oh, you can do other stuff. Go out with them, have meals, have a good laugh. Come around the house, and have a good laugh, and they become real friends, not just duelist friends. And that's what that's what basically Yu-Gi-Oh to me, and that's why I play the game. Now, go on a question. Question 20. If you would describe yourself in one word in terms of a Yu-Gi-Oh player, what would that be? I don't actually know, to be honest. What would one word would probably have to be wacky. You know, really, really wacky. I mean, I'm completely wacky in everything I do, so it'd have to be in a Yu-Gi-Oh player wacky as Joey Wheeler. You know, he's completely wacky. He thinks he can beat someone when he can't, but you know, if I was really gonna say Joey Wheeler because his wacky attitude, it's just funny. Question 21. What advice do you have to pass on to the younger generation, the future of this great game, and to your fellow Yu-Gi-Oh players? Well, that's easy. Don't buy a meta deck. I mean, what else can you say to anyone? Go out there, make a deck of your own choice. I mean, basically when the game first came out, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1, basically, Kazuki Takahashi's own phrase basically was, put your heart and soul into it. Now, it's not just about playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It was basically putting your heart and soul into everything, single thing you do in life. Nowadays, you can build a meta deck to start winning. Most people think they're good duelists because they run meta decks. No, they're shit. You know, they haven't made their own deck. I did a rant on this ages ago about people playing meta decks. I think they're idiots, to be honest. I mean, at the end of the day, Solemn Warning and Pop Duel got banned, which is never going to happen. Meta decks would fail. They always run those specific cards. I mean, if you knocked out their special summoning, they're gone. You know, you can beat meta decks, but they're boring. I mean, at the end of the day, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is all about having your opponent's moves not so easily read. With meta decks, X-Sabers, Black Wings, you know, Light Swarms. You know, decks like that, you can actually understand what the opponent's going to do. And you just think, so what's the point? I do this, summon this, do this. And you're like, yeah, okay, bottomless to this, Divine Wrath that. You know, compulsory to this. Oh look, I summon all these cards, I'm fine. Then she'll turn Dark Hole. Oh shit. You know, so at the end of the day, you're kind of ballsed. So, yeah, go and make your own deck. Do put your heart and soul into it. And then if it loses, it loses. But there are no losers in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because at the end of the day, once you've lost, you take what you've learned and put it into your deck. So at the end of the day, you learn something. Oh, that card doesn't work, but I try this card instead. There's always a winner in Yu-Gi-Oh! There are never any losers. Because next time you come back with a better deck. You come back fighting next time. You come back with a brand new idea that some people may not think is good, but it is. So, you know, yeah. That's really basically what I'd say to people. And also, don't ever forget the old style of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, especially things like the good old Blue Eyes card. It is one of the best cards around. It's never failed me, and I've used this card for 10 years. So, all the Yu-Gi-Oh players out there, you know, choose a card, believe in yourself. That's what you really need to do. I believed in my deck for 10 years, and especially with Blue Eyes, and I've always seemed to draw Blue Eyes, so end of the day, you know, that's what you need to do. This is MrSasukedragon signing off, and, you know, good luck.